Hi, I'm John Scholl, President of Service Quality Institute, and I wanted to take just a few minutes to help you understand who should facilitate feelings or one of our customer service programs, and how do you actually facilitate the program. I think it's quite simple and quite easy. So we're after a facilitator, we're not after a superstar. And a facilitator needs to use the Leader's Guide, and it's designed so that if you have 50 locations, you could have one person at every location facilitated. If you had 400 locations, you could have one person at every location facilitated. All the material is idiot-proof and goof-proof. There are 3 requirements that we need for a facilitator at every location. First is somebody with a little bit of enthusiasm. We don't want somebody to put them to sleep. Number 2, which is the most important, we need an individual with peer respect. Many managers might not qualify for this area. So if you don't have peer respect, the facilitation will be a disaster. And the third is you need a role model, somebody that really believes in customer service. So I'm assuming that most organizations have at least one person at every location that has those 3 skills. And it is very easy to facilitate a program. So if we look at Feelings, the service retail version, a facilitator would need to go through the Leader's Guide with a yellow highlighter and a pen so you can mark up the comments. And this tells you step by step what you need to do in order to facilitate the program. Now, the best facilitator never answers a question. This means you don't need to know nothing, okay? Is all you got to say is, Mike, that's a good question. But Greg, do you really buy into that? And Kathy, you're not going to accept what he just said, are you? That's what a great facilitator does. So in a sense, you're a juggler. You're keeping the balls in the air, but you're not answering the question. The goal of all of our programs, the most important objective, is to change attitudes and behavior. 80% of the training time for every program we have is group participation and group interaction. The worst facilitator will say, I'm glad you asked that question. Let me tell you what I think. The best facilitator says, I appreciate you asking me that question. It's a good question. But Moses, can you respond to that question? And Sergio, how do you feel about that? You just keep the discussion going. And if you got a classroom of 12 people, there's always 2 people to 3 people that do all the talking. There's 2 to 3 people that are very quiet, never say anything. And then occasionally the others get involved. A good facilitator, if you got 12 people, 14 people, whatever it is to get everybody to participate. And so we have 3 objectives with all of our programs. First of all is to change attitudes and behavior. Secondly is to teach the skills. And third is we build employee morale and teamwork. So when you facilitate a program, the more you mix participants, the bigger the impact on employee morale and teamwork. Because sometimes people are negative. Sometimes there's some departments that don't like other departments. So when we're implementing one of these programs, our objective is to get people to know each other and to build bonds and relationships. So all of our programs have a Leader's Guide. All programs are user-friendly, all designed so that anybody with a little bit of enthusiasm, pure respect, and a belief in customer service can do an outstanding job. And then when it says, for example, turn to session 1, it tells you the objectives of the session, time of the session, what you need to know to have ready, and then you follow the script. And you paraphrase the words, you can read the words if you have to. And then when the Leader's Guide says, turn on the video, you have to have the skill, the ability to push the button. It's quite easy. And then in the Leader's Guide, it has a verbatim script of what's on video. When the video itself says stop the tape, now everybody in the room can see that. It's a good idea to push the button to stop the tape, and then you put it on pause, and you might take 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes to discuss the principles that were just taught. So again, 80% of the time is group participation, group interaction. I started with Feelings in January of 1980. We have thousands and thousands of companies all over the world that have used this program. with hundreds and thousands of locations, the material is very user-friendly. And if you want Service Quality Institute or our channel partners to do Train the Trainer seminars, we will do that. But I gotta help you understand, this material is designed so that everybody in all of your different locations can skillfully facilitate this program. Again, we only need 3 skills: enthusiasm, peer respect, and a belief in service. Title is not relevant. I don't care if you're using the cashier, the janitor, a security guard. Just give me somebody with that enthusiasm and peer respect. They're the role model, and then, we teach them to never answer a question. That means they don't need to know anything. So really, it's quite easy to facilitate our programs. Now, our channel partners all over the world are willing to do Train the Trainer seminars to take your staff in all the different locations and teach them how to facilitate our program. We have thousands of companies that have just bought the program and used it themselves. Whatever you prefer, we'll work with. So we'd love to work with you. You're going to find that our product is probably the best designed, best laid out, the most user-friendly material you've ever seen in your entire life. Thank you very much. I'm John.